Welcome back to the Jenny Power Show. We are at our next episode. I have to say I took a little bit of a longer weekend because it was my birthday, then it was a Super Bowl, then it was a snow day. My kids have been out sledding, so I'm back and I'm here wearing my Vegas sweatshirt in honor of the fun Chiefs win over the weekend. So it was an amazing weekend. I hope you're all doing well. I hope for those of you on the East Coast who are enjoying a little bit of snow. And I am back to bring you some more inspiration. So I just wanted to say that, first of all, I have to give a huge shout out to Jamie Kern Lima. This is a pre-sale copy of her book, Worthy. It is amazing. I just started it. It is all about finding your self-worth. And she's been a huge mentor to me, someone who is paving the way for all of us to find our inner worth, inner value. And she's legendary, so I just wanted to give her a big shout out. It just came out, so you can grab it on Amazon. But what I wanted to talk about today, and that's why I love this show, because I feel like I am living the journey. And for people that are just joining, I love that we have new followers, we have people that have watched from the beginning, and I'm just going to keep showing up and doing this show, trying to share what I know to be true. So this is my book, Empowered, The Woman's Guide to Following Your Heart. It comes with a companion workbook and a companion journal. And it's 100 guiding truths, so every page is a standalone page. And I wrote this a number of years ago, kind of just from a sort of like a soul spirit inspiration. It just kind of poured out of me onto the page. I self-published it. It was a labor of love. And the thing I love best about it now is that it is really guiding me. I just turned 47 on Saturday, and I refer to this book all the time. I really think that it is simple. I think it's powerful. I think it's universal. I think it is truly kind of the step-by-step journey for those of us that are following our hearts and living on purpose. It's at least what I've been going through. And so the truth that I wanted to share today is, one that sort of just came to me when I was kind of walking around going, okay, what's the inspiration for today? And I kept thinking, the last day or so I've felt a little bit off. And I was like, what is wrong? I mean, I had the most extraordinary birthday of my life. I felt so loved. I felt like every person in my life came out of the woodwork, people from 10 years ago, high school, childhood, college, new friends, mom friends, my family, my kids, my boyfriend, my sister. It was just this outpouring of love and support. And I was so humbled. It was an amazing day. I woke up to my kids and my boyfriend had an amazing breakfast. We went to see the Michael Jackson show, which if you live in New York City or you're coming here, you must see this show. It was captivating. And then we went out to dinner with my amazing friend Rima, who was so thoughtful, and we all had just an amazing time. And since then, I sort of, have thought, there's something like, what is it? What is it that feels a little bit off? The Super Bowl was incredible. It was an amazing weekend. And only about 10 minutes ago, when I started to think, okay, what can I share today? What inspires me? What can I share to sort of inspire someone else? One person, 11 people, 1 million people watching live or on the replay, what can I share? And this truth from my book popped into my head, which is commit to great work. And I'll read it in a second, but what that means to me is very different now. I think that sort of this halfway point in my life, I feel like I'm sort of different and I've changed and my priorities are a little bit different. So I wanted to just quickly share this truth in my book. And I hope it maybe helps you to think about your life and kind of the work you want to be doing a little bit differently. So commit to great work. We can get so focused on the jobs, the titles, and the salaries that we lose sight of what truly matters in all of these. The actual work that we're doing, the difference that we're making. These are what matter. I am here to do great work. It is the work that I commit to doing in my life. Great work is the work that matters to me. It is the work that brings joy to my heart. It is the work that feels important to me. Sometimes in life, you don't always know what the job or the position might look like that will allow you to do great work. I'm going to read that again. Sometimes you don't always know what the job or position might look like that will allow you to do great work, but you always know what great work feels like when you're doing it. You're entitled to do it. Commit to doing great work in your life. Commit to the work that feels great. So that page, even when I wrote it, it sort of feels like it spins on itself and it's great work and doing great work. But what I really mean by that and what I really find to be so powerful is that I have lived a very multifaceted life. Marianne Williamson, who's one of my mentors, very much a spiritual leader. She is extraordinary. She has run for president. She is just a force to be reckoned with. And she talked that there's, generalists and there's specialists. There's people that sort of spend their life, they focus on one area, they're specialists, they specialize in this thing. And then there's generalists, that people try different things and have different jobs and sort of go from experience to experience. I am definitely the latter. So what I wanted to share about that is that I have had, I don't even know, 15 different jobs, maybe even more. And I had a friend and a coach ask me the other day, as I'm sort of in this place now of what is the company I want to build? What is the impact I want to make? What is the leader? What does that look like for me? And she had me make a list of all the things that I loved about each job. And it was so interesting because it really led into this truth, which is committing to great work. I love to help. I love to support. I love to inspire. I like to make people's lives easier. And so many of my favorite parts, whether they were more senior positions or very honestly, entry or junior level positions, it was about helping. It was about connecting. It was about interacting with people, growing, learning, tackling challenges. And they all had something in common, which it felt like it mattered to me. I've had, many other jobs where I probably got paid more and had a bigger title and a bigger office, and I just felt empty and I felt unfulfilled. And so this thing about doing great work, I realized, over this weekend that one of the other truths that I shared, a few episodes ago is about receiving. I'm very good at giving, but receiving is more challenging for me. And so this weekend, to receive all this love and to not fight to give right back and to just feel the love and receive the thoughtful texts and the gifts and the flowers and everything that came my way is one part. But the second part that I really realized today is that I feel like the great work, kind of at least at the second half of my life, is to inspire women. I feel like I have an extraordinary life right now. I have an amazing family. I have an amazing support system. I have opportunities that I've always wanted. But there is this part of me that is longing to be fulfilled in a way of making an impact and making a difference and committing to the great work. I think I love being a parent now at this point in my life because the influence is just different. I can affect, my stepsons and these two little boys' lives, and I can just make a difference and affect things in a positive way. I think when I was younger, I wasn't ready for that. I was sort of wanted my wings and wanted to feel free, and certainly parenting, there's a responsibility and sort of you're rooted in a way that comes with that. But I love that role now because I can make a difference, and I can, whether it's, in a very big way, in a very small way, in a hug, in a, positive affirmation, in a, you got this, go crush your 5th grade day, whatever it is that you can have an impact. And so on a bigger scale, I think for me, that is the part that certainly the financial piece and how I want to build my company and what I want that to be is incredibly important to me. But to have a bigger impact, I really feel like whether it's meeting a stranger or helping a friend or just being there for somebody, really makes me feel rewarded and it feels like great work. And so I really want to commit to doing more of that. So as I've shared, the companion workbook to my book, I'll just go through this quickly, but it offers up some guidance in terms of these truths as you think about them in your own life. What is the great work that you want to be doing? So what do you define as great work? For me, right now, it's inspiring women. It is unleashing the power inside all of us. It is holding up a mirror to every woman to reflect back to her extraordinary gifts and talents and unique place in this world, to tell her that she's seen and she matters and she's needed and that she's exactly where she's meant to be. What is the work that you're doing now in your life? I'm doing that, but in a very small way. I want to be putting myself out there more, touching more women, having bigger audiences, creating more collaboration and connection, with women in this world. Does the work that you're doing now feel like great work to you? It does, again, other than the level of the impact, it does. And I can say, I've been an investment banker, I've been a director of sales and marketing, I've, been an actress, I've had a bunch of jobs. And I can say that from the outside, a lot of those jobs, people would have said, oh, it's, great, you're getting paid a lot and you're known and you're, successful. And on the inside, it didn't feel like great work. It felt empty and it didn't fill my soul and my spirit. If it does, congratulations. It's amazing to commit to doing great work in your life. If the work you're doing doesn't feel like great work to you, why doesn't it? List 3 reasons. So I'm a little bit in between here. Reaching more women. I would say that's probably the first thing of what could be more great work. How many women can I reach? The second reason is I think I'm playing small. I honestly think that I'm thinking about myself a little bit too much, like what would people think and who does she think she is, and maybe I'm not needed. And I just sort of need to push all of that aside and just know that what I have to offer comes from an authentic and very vulnerable and very honest place. And so I need to sort of get over my own ego and just push forward more. Why else doesn't it feel like great work? Well, I think I'm also judging it. I think do I have, Instagram followers and how many people on LinkedIn liked it, rather than just, if you're committing to great work, this is a commitment. This is a lifetime commitment. This is not, well, it's a Tuesday, I'll show up, and if it's a Thursday and people like it, this is a commitment. So I think it's playing the long game. I think it's stepping over my ego a little bit and just going for it more. And I think it's also finding ways and avenues to reach more women, to have an impact and to share kind of the message and of my book and my life and sort of what I've learned. Here's a secret. You are entitled to do great work. We are all entitled to do work that feels great. So I want you to think about this. If hopefully this is getting some juices flowing a little bit about things that feel good to you. What is the work that brings joy to your heart? List the first 3 things that came to mind. Speaking. I love speaking, sometimes to the detriment of people in my life. I tend to talk a little bit too much, but I love speaking. I love using my voice. I love sharing what I know to be true. I love connecting other women. I love just expressing my feelings, my emotions, my impact, my thoughts. Speaking really brings joy to my heart. I love writing. To me, it's like a puzzle. I love crafting newsletters and emails and even thank you notes, where it's just, I love putting pen to paper and really expressing what I'm feeling. So again, I think communication in different forms. And let's see, work that brings joy to my heart. I love getting people together. I love socializing. I love laughter and dancing and fun and joy. And so that's another part of what I want to build with conferences and networking events and workshops and breakout sessions moving forward, is creating a place of fun and a sexy environment for us to grow and learn and connect. So those are 3 things. Are there any ways that you can add more of this work to your life? List 1 for each thing. I think they are. And I think that, again, because I think I'm about halfway there. I think I'm at least on the right path in terms of the work that I'm doing. But I think it all comes down to stepping over the fear, trusting that what I want to share, what the desire in my heart is what is needed in the world. And again, not from an egotistical standpoint, just from a purpose standpoint. If 15 other women that are in my life every day didn't step into their purpose, then they wouldn't be changing my life. And so it's owning that you are a part of a much bigger masterpiece, and you stepping into your role is what this world needs. So I think that to think about these ways that I can add more of this is to just go for it and just step forward and talk and write and speak and share and inspire and empower. Make the commitment to add these things to your life. You are entitled to do great work always. Commit to doing things that bring you joy. Commit to doing great work. So that, again, sometimes it can feel a little bit repetitive, but I think the point is, what is the work that feels great to you? Not what your mother said, not what your son says, not what your ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, ex-colleague, person at the grocery store, whoever. What do you feel to be in your life is the great work? What is the work that feels great? And try not to judge it, try to have fun with it. I love being around kids, or I love baking, or I love being a makeup artist. I think we all have a very unique purpose that is inside all of us. And I think I am on this earth to give us all the permission to step forward and to own that truth. So this day today is about committing to doing the great work. I want to say thank you to everybody for making my birthday so special. It really was kind of this monumental experience of becoming 47. I never thought 47 could feel so great and young, and I'm just getting started. And so to say thank you to everybody, and to really say that I know that this work is what brings me joy. And so I'm committed to it. I'm here to inspire, empower, uplift us all. Think about some of these questions. I know today was a little bit longer, but I was off for a couple days, so I wanted to make sure I brought some value. So have a great day. I will be back with another episode tomorrow, but think about the things. And again, DM me, you can share it in the comments. What is the work you want to be doing, that you're craving, that your soul is aching to do? You are allowed to do it. And you are what we need on this earth when you step in to doing the greatest work of your life. See you tomorrow.